These are the VRS Direct Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit IRacing.com.
If you're looking to get serious in sim racing, one of the first things to do is upgrade your wheelbase and pedals. The powerful force feedback in our direct drive wheelbase makes a huge difference, and our highly adjustable precision pedals will give you the consistency you need to improve. So you'll not only get the best value for your money, but you'll also benefit from our quick, local shipping from Australia and save even more. Our transparent pricing has GST included, so there's no nasty surprises at checkout or further customs delays and charges. And if you're near Melbourne, you can simply pick up your hardware from our showroom and get a free product walkthrough from one of our VRS coaches. We offer excellent customer service after the sale, and our hardware is made of the highest quality components. To get yours today, just go to the URL on the screen or click on the button below. But hurry, stock is always limited due to high demand. So if you want to get faster, sooner, VRS is your answer.
Side gunning for a goal, 3 wide deep, heart ice cold. I roll smoke like a tire on fire, fuel in the blood, born to go higher. Check left, push right, walls close in. Every move tight, plan for the win. Left turn king with the heat train time. When the lights go green, we light the sky. Let's light it up. Let's light it up.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the iRacing World Challenge here live on Infinity Broadcasting for the Rodnock Cup Round 5 Season 1 for 69 nice laps of Michigan International Speedway here this evening. I'm your commentator, Hamish Munro, bringing all the action through sight and sound right here. If you're joining us for the first time and you've been here for a little while, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here right on Infinity Broadcasting across your weekend from Friday, Saturday and Monday nights. You can get some iRacing action coming your way off the back of our road course race last week out at Watkins Glen, where Jaden Green took the victory. 10 of our drivers here this evening will try and topple Michigan International Raceway here this evening. Lone qualifying has been underway thus far tonight. To give you the update on the current running order, Drew Halloran, the resident American, sits with the best lap time at the moment in qualifying with 39.55. Ash DeVries, well, he picked the ticket for the night. He went a 39.69. Nice to go P2 there in qualifying as well. We've got a couple of chats out there already. Project 36 in the chat. How you going, Brendan? Great to have you out there with us. Jack's out there too. I figured out technology. Get technologied. Jack, get technologied. And then Jack Hora is also out there. So we've got two Jacks in the chat tonight as well. Jack Hora in the chat. Which one's David? David is Gravy Taskin. So you'll see which one Gravy is when he's out on track. We will show him off as well. As we come into this race here this evening, the championship standings are quite interesting. Now, drop rounds will be applied as of this week. So we'll drop our one round for the first half of the season. That'll then be a rolling drop round, so drivers will drop their worst performances of the season. Chris Tomlin currently leads the way on 162 points. Jack Anderson on 156. Johnny Rowe in P3 on 143. Kurt Chapman in P4, 124. Jordan Ferguson currently fifth in the championship. Away this week, I do apologise, away this week, as unfortunately Jordan has actually had to go to hospital. So hopefully everything's okay with Jordan. Hope to see him back out on track very, very soon here in the Rodnock Cup as well. David Lawler, Daniel Harding, Aaron Smith, Drew Halloran, Chris Blanchard currently make up the top 10 in the title race. We've got a couple of returns tonight, including Dr. Crumb has made his way back into the field here this evening, as well as some of our old favourites too. As the warm-up session begins, the drivers head out on track. I think the one that I am most impressed by in that qualifying session is this man right here, Ash DeVries, getting that 39.69 on that last lap in qualifying to put this car into P2, only beaten by Drew Halloran in qualifying. He was on for a win last week at Watkins before a mistake cost him the victory tonight. Could he be on here at Michigan as well? Jack also in the chat too that Tam also thinks is nice, and Rhiannon also thinks it's nice too for the 69 laps as well. So we've what a weirdo apparently, according to Jack Hora for Gravy. Gravy Taskin. Well, he's trying to produce the dream Gravy. He failed across all of practice to set a 39 second or a sub 40 second time. He finally did that in qualifying. He was very, very happy about that fact. When he got that lap time under his belt as well. The warm-up session, though, is underway. A couple more minutes before we get gridded up for the start of our race here this evening. 69 laps of Michigan. It's going to be a tough effort for these drivers. David Lawler's out there. Recall back to a few weeks ago. I believe it was the Longhorn 90 out at Texas Motor Speedway. David was involved in a very, very serious and massive crash out on the road that night. He was on the road last week at Watkins, but we return to a speedway here this evening, and hopefully it doesn't end the same way it did out at Texas Motor Speedway as well. But I'm excited for tonight. It's going to be a very intriguing race to be sure. The championship contenders of Jack Anderson and Chop Tomlin are on the grid here this evening, as well as Kurt Chapman, who after drop rounds should be up and around the front order. Same with David Lawler as well. Drew Halloran is the asterisk driver. He missed the first few rounds of this season, made his debut back at Texas Motor Speedway in the Longhorn 90, where he took that race win. Now that we're back on the speedway, he'd hopefully be wanting to try and get a second win for himself this season to kind of ignite his championship hopes going forward. He did say in his interview post-victory at Texas Motor Speedway he wants to win at Talladega this season. Of course, Talladega is coming up very, very shortly this season on our calendar. In fact, it's in 2 weeks' time. We go to Langley next week for 200 laps, and then we head out to Talladega for round 7 for 50 laps at Dega. So he's got a few more weeks until he gets that opportunity. Could he do it, though, after 69 laps of Michigan here tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Dr. Crumb is in the chat, as well as Ultimate Shop as well. They're both racing here this evening, so best of luck to you both out on track. We look forward to seeing how you guys go, especially for you, Crummy, in your return to the series as well after a few weeks away. At the moment, though, Drew Halloran is setting the pace at this stage. He's currently P1 in the warm-up session. He's P1 on the grid tonight as well. So we look forward to seeing what he can do out on the road. Johnny McRow as well, giving up his time to watch Happy Gilmore 2 this evening and come racing with us. So we appreciate that effort there from Mr. McRow. Hopefully he can... hopefully he can continue on. And I noticed every time I say 69, Rhiannon is saying nice in the chat. And to give you the best possible time here, Drew Halloran has set a 39.69 on his fastest lap here in the warm-up session. Warm-up session is over and done with, though. We'll get ready to go racing in towards round 5 here this evening. Who could possibly get the victory here tonight? How many cautions are we going to get as well? We've had a couple across our oval rounds this season, so we're hopeful that we can get a nice, good green run here tonight across the piece as well. But as everyone starts to get good up there, you can see the grid on the left-hand side of the screen. Drew Halloran starts pole ahead of Ash DeVries. Dr. Crumb ahead of Gravy Taskin, somehow getting a top 4 in qualifying. Chop Tomlin, Jack Anderson, both out-qualified by Gravy there, as well as David Lawler, Kurt Chapman, Johnny McRow, and Aaron Smith makes up our 10-car grid here this evening as well. So we look forward to what these drivers can bring here this evening. I do request no spoilers for Happy Gilmore 2, please. I'm waiting to watch it. I do not wish to be spoiled. Thank you very much. But everyone's getting gridded up. We're going to be going racing once again here this season for the iRacing World Challenge Rod Knock Cup. It's an exciting weekend to come your way as well. Of course, after tonight, tomorrow night's 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, round 5 of the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans Action for Split 2. Here for season 24, going racing at Road America tomorrow night. That is going to be an exciting contest with history possibly could be made tomorrow night as well. We've never had 5 winners in the first 5 rounds of that series. Could have a possibility of it tomorrow. Then Monday night, the next round of the VRS Porsche Cup Series goes live as well for round, as if I'm forgetting what round it's going to be. Next week, I believe it is round 7 out at Okayama. It is indeed round 7 out at Okayama next week for our final rush round of the season, 7:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Monday night. We go racing with that series, but Drew Halloran will lead the field as they run up towards the start-finish line as well. I'm not bagging out Gravy at all, Jack. I'm excited to see him so far up, if I'm honest with you. He has changed over to a proper wheel this week. He was previously using a PS1 spec wheel. He's now moved over to a Logitech G923. So he has actually moved across to a proper wheel and pedals, at least for the, the low level of affordability. And we'll see how well that now affects him throughout tonight's race. But Halloran, DeVries on your front row. Crumb, Taskin, Tomlin, Anderson, Chapman, Lawler, McRow, and Smith makes up the field here this evening. Who's going to get the most out of Michigan International Raceway? 69 laps to go. Lap 1 begins now. And Halloran and DeVries running side by side early here. The Volvo of Anderson. That team recently has locked up some IKEA sponsorship on the side of it. So maybe being fueled by some Swedish meatballs here this week. As DeVries and Halloran still going side by side. There's 3-1 action. Gravy's made contact with, I believe that there was Chop Tomlin. Massive contact early in this race. Gravy getting a bit loose. I think Lawler was involved as well. It's a very early caution in this race. We haven't even made 1 lap, and DeVries is leading the way off of the first lap of this one, though. We're already under caution. We are already under caution in this one. And we've got to look back to see what happened to Gravy Taskin, who's coming back into pit lane. So let's watch this off the green flag. Let's just see how this has come about. So obviously He is nicely positioned on the outside. He had Anderson wanting to go up on his outside line there. He had the chop and crumb combination following along on the inside line as well. So let's just watch how this has occurred for Gravy Taskin here as he ran around 2. Also, Lawler starts to come up on him. And then I think there's just there's contact from the 136. That's then served Gravy into the side of Chop Tomlin. Have some gravy with your chop, why don't ya? And then all of that from Lawler has actually caused Gravy to make contact with Lawler's own teammate, Kurt Chapman, off the back of that one as well. So there may be some harsh words off the teammates for that incident there. But Taskin with some work to do now throughout the rest of this race. He has been in pit road to fix up that car. Maybe just take some fuel and tyres. Possibly Chapman, Lawler, Tomlin all in as well. De Vries, though, will be the leader off this restart, though. Jesse Tapp in the chat with us as well. Slavey Gravy ready to slay along, and then Loosey Goosey, mate. Well, he got real loose. Loose on the gravy there on the road. Bit too much Dream Gravy. Possibly dropped out the back of that car for Gravy there off the start of this race here this evening. But he's back up to P7 as well. Back up to P7 is Mr. Taskin. So he's only 3 spots down from where he started. He will pull that up and hopefully not kill the back of the safety car train. Wouldn't be the first time I've called some action like that before. Got to be careful of being rear-ended when you least expect it under these safety cars. You would hope, though, at least that David has gravied himself up in the scenario that he does rear-end someone. He'll need to be cautious of that, and I think he may have been given a rear-of-line penalty as well for possibly passing under the pace car, so he'll have to drop all the way back there, though. We look to go green on the next lap, it seems. De Vries will control the field. We'll have one more lap under pace car, and then it should be lap 5. That'll be our green flag racing once again. And I think there, I mean, that was just early circumstance. Drivers scrambling for position early on and just getting a little bit unsettled, it seemed. Jack Anderson, though, is already up to P3 at this stage. He's got Dr. Crumb hot on his heels. So he's already up 3 positions. McRow and Smith up 4, so they managed to make up some early gains, too, off the back of that early incident down there at the exit of turn 2. As they all get lined up to go green once again. So the pace car lights have gone out. It may be single file because we didn't make a full green lap off the race start. That may be the case here for the pace car. To give you the update to be joining us for the first time, so the way the pace car restart system works is if we haven't actually gotten a full green flag lap from end to end without a yellow flag being called after the pace cars come into pit lane, the restart will be single file. If we've had at least more than 1 green flag lap after the pace cars come in, it will then be a double file restart procedure, similarly to the race start as we saw before. So they'll have to restart in a single line of stern. This should hopefully clean us up a little bit off the restart procedure. But yeah, we've already lost a couple laps here to the pace car once again. So we are... we're ready for this. So, I mean, for Taskin, it's early losses. Down 6, P10. Nothing to lose now. For Tomlin, nothing to lose now as well. But he has to try and maximise points because he wants to leave Michigan International Raceway, or International Speedway, sorry, still the championship leader at the end of the 69 laps here this evening. De Vries, though, will get us back underway as the pace car comes into pit lane. Halloran will be hungry to take back the lead. Anderson on his heels. So is Dr. Crumb. McRow and Smith and Chapman and Lawler. Tomlin and Taskin. How many more green flag laps can we get before the pace car comes back out? Back underway at Michigan as they run up towards 1 and 2. And it was a hotly contested start early on. We saw there through 1 and 2, 3-1 action between Anderson, Halloran and Crumb. And now they want to get De Vries involved too. Not a stranger to a three-way, but he wouldn't want this to turn any more than that. As Crum may want to make it a fatal four-way. Bit of action for them as they run up. Oh, running down on Crum goes Anderson. Gives him a little door off the track. Halloran running on the apron as well as they run across the line. It's almost 4 wide into turn 1. Surely they don't make it through. Anderson makes a smart choice and backs out of it. And Chapman and De Vries have made massive contact into 1. That's for sure a pace car once again. P2 on the grid tonight. Ash De Vries makes mammoth contact with Kurt Chapman. Both cars with heavy damage on that one there. I don't know if Taskin realises that the caution has been thrown because he's currently passing cars. But Halloran will get to the pace car and will get this race back under safety car conditions once again. That there was a huge accident up at turn 1, 2. In fact, we have to go even further back here off this one. So we may just need to sneakily hit the green flag. And let's just watch this back again. So they do the full lap. And as De Vries gets buried further and further back in the field, we'll notice that Chapman begins to come up on him here. So they got green flag running. There's Chapman on his outside. And then Anderson on the inside line as well. So we just need a nice little angle of this moment because both of them have made some contact here. So De Vries look to go low. And then as they run through, he just makes slight contact with the rear end of Chapman's car. And that is big contact and big damage at 1. Absolutely massive. So we'll see though if anyone gets baited into pit lane. Ando's in. So maybe an early pit stop strategy here for Anderson. Chapman, of course, and De Vries both into pit road as well, understandably. So Halloran will have the pressure now from Dr. Crum at the front of the field when we get this restart procedure underway. Maybe a little bit early to get the pit stops happening, but I suppose, you know, Ando's been known to have a bit of a raw dog strategy. He's done that on a Sunday morning previously in another Xfinity series that I get the opportunity to call based out of the US, and he may be bringing that sort of strategy here tonight as well. You got to be careful of rear end contact with me, Jacko. That can end very interestingly, I must say. So restart procedure should get underway by the next lap by, I would say. We should be lights out on the pace car when we cross the line, ready to go green flag running once again on lap 10. So at this stage, I mean, every 5 laps we're going to get a safety car. That's currently the running trend here at Michigan. And the more that this happens, the more it favours some drivers out there in amongst their restart procedure. But it also favours the strategy calls as well. The longer we're under safety car, the less fuel they're using, the longer they can go on the tank. All of a sudden, those who've now pitted on lap 7, maybe they're in a slightly better position than other cars out there. I'm unsure. They will take a slightly shorter pit stop when they come round again, though. We'll see how this all works out for them. Joe Dice Gaming in the chat as well. JJ Raw Dogging. Yeah, he loves a bit of a raw dog. Doesn't take sauce on it. Doesn't take any relish. He you know, whenever he goes to Costco, he grabs a dog and he goes pretty much. So that is the strategy of Jack Anderson once again. Lights out on the pace car though. We'll be going green the next time by when we get up to the start finish line. Drew Halloran, as I mentioned, our resident American, leading the way. He did qualify this car on pole. Lost the lead on the first lap just prior to the first pace car being called for our first caution of the night. Again though, McRow, the big gainer out of all this, up 6 positions already in this race. Smith's up 4, back in P6 at the moment. Lawler's up 2, Tomlin up 1, Crum up 1 at this stage as well. Trey Graber in the chat with us, eye to eye, no lube, shove it in. Yeah, that's exactly right. Great to have you both watching along as well. Excited for Xfinity Racing this Sunday morning for me, Saturday evening for the Americans out there as well. That's going to be a fun time ahead as the Xfinities go racing. And you can see, well, at least one of the drivers on track tonight racing in that series, Jack Anderson, if you're interested to go and keep an eye on things over there, you can check out that stuff over at Motormouth Broadcasting by my good friend Jim Cunningham as well. I'm interested to see now what the strategy call is going to be like, because if we're continuously under pace car, the drivers then kind of see the pattern starting to form. They decide, oh, we might as well stay out, wait a bit longer, get to the end of the regular stint, and then come in for tyres and fuel. There's no stage wins that they have to battle for. There's no stages in this race. It's the one stage, flag to flag, 69 laps in Michigan. But as we get back underway, Halloran will lead us through here. We're going to turn it up for this first lap back under green. Let's see how long they last at Michigan International Speedway. Well, we've managed to last a full green lap, ladies and gentlemen, of Michigan here this evening. Lap 11 at the moment of 69 out at Michigan International Speedway here this evening. Drew Halloran leads the way to Chop Tomlin, David Lawler, Dr. Crum, and Johnny McRowe for your top 5 at this stage. Jack Anderson trying to chase them down as well. He's back where he started this race in P6 with a pit stop in hand at the moment as well. Tomlin and Lawler up in the top 3 positions have also already taken a pit stop in this one too. They only took fuel on their first stop. They did not take tyres on lap 2. Would not have been worth, wasting a set chasing them so early there. Rhiannon and Chad, unfortunately, the bit must come to an end, must return. Looking like I did my job. No worries. Thank you so much for having the bit continue on. Appreciate it. Drew Halloran, though, under massive pressure. That was a big sideswipe in the wall there from Jack Anderson off the exit of turn 2. How well is that Volvo handling back there as we look off the back of Halloran's car? Tomlin and Lawler hounding him at the moment. Now they have a little bit of pit stop advantage over Halloran here. They both pitted on 2. It's about 5 to 6 seconds worth of fuel. That will pay off for them in the first proper pit stop of this race, especially if it's under green. Could it hurt Halloran by not coming in early off? Although they didn't really have a choice. They had an injured car. Oh, but that's a big door bang with Chop and Halloran going side by side through 2. Backs everyone up in behind them. Chop tried to go for the outside line. Couldn't quite get it. Look at DeVries back into this thing after the contact with Chapman earlier on. He's stuck his way back up there too. I've heard rumours that the Monster Energy driver was caught drinking a Rockstar prior to this race as Anderson gets turned round by Dr. Crum. Anderson has gone into the grass field on the left-hand side of track, right-hand side of screen. This here is, well, the pace car's out, and this has turned into an absolute schmozzle. An absolute schmozzle here off the back of this race. Lap 14, third caution of this race, mind you. So, this is, everyone may just need to cool their jets just a little bit. Didn't realise putting up with Hamish was a job. Oh, it's a job and a half trade, trust me. That there is, should be a full-time paying gig for Rhiannon or anyone else that has to deal with me on a daily basis. But they made their choice. They made their bed. They now have to lie in it. I love them for it. It's absolutely fantastic. But so now it's interesting. So we're going to see. So Chop's in, Lawler's in, McRowe's in, Ando's in, of course. He made contact. So again, just, well, to be fair, Trey, we have unlimited fast repairs. And this is a fun series. So these guys aren't, they're not taking it too seriously. There are some guys out here who are sweating it like mad, but it is for fun. So we say to drivers, have a bit of, push on, have some wrecks, whatever it is that makes it exciting. So we we don't promote drivers deliberately crashing into each other, but it is about having some fun and getting into some oval racing as well. Jesse Tapp in the chat, Slavey, you better make us proud. I stopped watching Love Island for this. Oh, I wonder, Jesse, if Gravy would survive on Love Island. And now that there is a question, I think, for everybody. I mean, apparently offered out chicken to people on Snapchat today. Did not confirm nor deny if Gravy comes with the chicken or not. And I think that's false advertising from the Hooters driver of Gravy Taskin. I think we need to get some answers about this issue that is happening. Let's drag him in and have a quick chat to him as well. Gravy, I'm just going to sneakily drag you in here for a quick chat. I'm going to interrupt your chat with the boys as well, because I have to point out, so Jesse Tapp has been in the chat with us here, and they're making claims against you, Gravy.
Me?
Yeah, so a few things. So number one, you never confirmed or not whether Gravy comes with the chicken that you were selling on Snapchat. And secondly, Jesse said, Slavey, you better make us proud. I stopped watching Love Island for this. So how is that now gonna fuel you on for the rest of this race?
Who stopped watching
Jesse
Love
Tapp,
Island?
apparently.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
And I'm in the commentary right now.
Yes, you are.
Oh, well, shout out to Paul Taskin. Great lad, I just want to say.
Stole that from Jack. He loves doing it every week. We won't tell him that you've already done it, though, Gravy. We'll let him do it still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were going to tell me about some serious allegations here, Hamish, to be
Well, I
honest.
mean, it's serious allegations that you're not making people proud whilst they're not watching Love Island. So, seems to be a pretty serious allegation to me.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, we'll see how you do across the rest of this race. Restart's about to happen again. Best of luck out there.
Yep.
Hopefully you don't repeat what happened on lap 1.
No. Well, I'm doing better, I think. So, yeah.
Also, Tom
Thank you for
McKinnon apparently loves you too. He specifically says dumbass loves you. So,
Oh, yeah, I understood.
you've got fans out there, Gravy, make them proud on track.
Oh, I'll hope so.
Very
Thanks,
good.
Gravy train.
So Gravy Taskin there on the gravy train to possibly getting his first podium in the series. Yeah, it's lap 16 of 69 here at Michigan International Speedway. We're about to get this race back underway again after our third caution here. We are so looking forward to the rest of this race. Hopefully we get a long green period and we get some good racing happening as well. Don't want to take the strategy out of the race. Halloran de Vries, it's a mirror image of the start of this race with Crum in behind them as well. Who is going to get the benefits of the restart period? Green flag at Michigan once again, and the scramble begins down towards turn 1. And I said that, and we went immediately yellow again, because Johnny McRowe has had an incident, and it's called, oh no, it's contact with Gravy and Ando off the green flag. We need to watch this one back and how this has occurred. So let's go. Oh, who's behind them at the moment? I think that there was David Lawler. It was David Lawler. So let's watch this back, full time on board with David. So they're getting real Biffy and Bargy there. And so Ando's coming up on the outside of Taskin. Then there's contact. And around goes Anderson into the side of McRowe. And around she went. And another pace car has been called once again here. It's getting ridiculous at this point, the amount of yellows that have been thrown. Let's have a quick chat to Jack Anderson, just confirm how that happened there. Mr. Anderson, we just had a chat to Gravy Taskin. And as soon as we sent him back, you both make contact. And then you made rear end contact off the back of that with Johnny McRowe. Is it Johnny's fault or not?
No, this time it's actually Gravy's fault.
Oh, Gravy's. I gave him the pressure that people in the chat have been saying out there that he needs to make them proud because some of them have stopped watching Love Island this evening to come and watch him race. Do we think he's made them proud by taking you out?
I don't know, but I just got revenge.
Oh, very
So
good. Very good. We love
he got his comeuppance.
Oh, well, we love a revenge plan when it works out. Talk us through your race thus far. It's been a bit up and down. We've got the love of Trey Graber and Joe Dice out there giving you love for raw dogging this race once again.
Well, honestly, it's not going great. I decided to give myself a black flag to get revenge.
Oh.
But that's fine. I'm sure there's going to be another yellow.
I'm sure there will be. Brendan Griffiths has also said that you need to now dump Gravy off the back of that
I
incident,
did. If you watch it, you will see it.
Okay, let's see.
There was a dumping.
Oh, yes, I see right here. Okay, so this is back on the yellow. Let's have a quick look. I swear. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's big dump. You definitely need some toilet paper for that one. He got dumped that hard.
I think there's some hemorrhoids coming after that.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Where do you think the race will go from here? Because we're getting caution after caution.
Well, if I'm able to do my black flag and then I will get the lucky dog if I go a lap down, then I'll be fine.
Ooh.
If not, then I've stuffed myself over.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Also, Hannah Miller is in the chat calling you a queen as well. So, can you get the crown off tonight? Hannah Miller, apparently. Oh, no, she's talking to people in the chat. That's why. Yes. Okay. I'm getting confused of all of Gravy's friends, apparently, who are watching him. So, wow.
But no, it's a fun race so far, even despite the small field.
Oh, well, we'll see how this restart procedure goes for you. Hopefully, you're making your way forward. And hopefully we'll see if maybe Gravy can move his way up and maybe dump a couple of other people instead of yourself.
Yeah, well, first of all, big ups to Paul Taskin. I know he's the #1 fan of our series at the moment, so big ups, Paul. I'm
so glad you said that, because I said to Gravy before, he shouted out Paul, and I said, we won't tell Jack, so he does it again. And you did it again, Jack Oz. So
mate, I'm always going to shout out Paul. He's the #1 fan, so...
He is.
But no, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you may have got me bump drafting the 3 to try and get an advantage over Shoz, and then did the under-over, but didn't end up coming off. It's a lot of fun out there. You're actually able to bump draft these cars, and it's a track that obviously you can do it on the back straight. So
well, it's
a lot of fun.
Better to come on than to come off. So we'll see how well you go off the restart.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. We have fun on the Friday nights. We have a lot of fun on the Friday nights. Where else would you want to be than right here as we run caution after caution of Michigan International Raceway here throughout the rest of the evening. We are currently 24 minutes into this race and we've only gone 20 laps. To give you a perspective on that, their average lap times are around about 40 seconds. So by this point, if we'd gone green the whole way, we should be roughly at around about lap 35 as Anderson's in pit lane. So he gave himself that black flag, and now he's back in there. Green flag once again, though, at Michigan as Halloran gets us back underway to Vries, Crum and Chapman. Trying to go 3 wide in behind him with Lawler, Smith, Tomlin, McRow, Taskin, and then Anderson at the back of the field. I pray that we get a lovely long green period here. Just to get some meat on the bone, get some racing happening out at Michigan. We don't want it to be a wreck fest. As Lawler wants to move up the inside of Crum, if he can get it. Project 36 just tucking up the inside. Can he drag his teammate along with him as well? DeVries with the best view in the house of this battle currently happening across the start-finish line, lap 22 of 69. Begins, we enter turn 1. We can see the sort of pressure that's being built upon these drivers. Lawler and Crum going side by side. They're trading positions every single inch that they possibly can. Chapman, I mean, you would have thought he might have tried to bump draft his teammate forward, maybe just to give him the edge over Crum there. Not this time by, though, as they run round 3 and 4 once again. Still in the chat, giving the love to Mr. Anderson, who has been in pit lane with a black flag, and now he's back in pit lane once again. Now that looks to be for a drive-through, so possibly he sped in pit lane last time by, and that's now giving him a drive-through penalty. On this occasion, he now goes a lap down on the race leaders. As we run up through turn 3, you can see the sort of pace that's starting to build in these cars from these drivers up towards 3 as they run round. I mean, look at the scramble for position they're having. I mean, De Vries trying to defend against Crum. Halloran, just trying to cut the nose off there onto the apron of David Lawler, and they cross the start-finish line once again. It's getting feisty at the front of the field. There are 6 cars involved in this, and if any of them come together, it all of a sudden opens up the door of opportunity for everybody else following along. Here comes David Lawler on Drew Halloran. Can he get a run up towards turn 3? De Vries is in there, so's Crum. Chapman in behind him as well. If they come together, it's going to be a big one. De Vries up the inside, trying to sneak it into a 3-wide scenario. Can't quite get it. Lawler takes the race lead. Can he hold on to it on the exit of turn 4? As the 3 of Halloran continues this run of trying to swap back and forth, trading position like it's the rare Pokemon card in the schoolyard. That Blastoise that was traded for a milk, it's not the best remembering from a schoolyard. As De Vries and Crum banging doors as well. Lap 25 of 69 at this stage. You can see now De Vries just under pressure here from Crum and from Chapman. They're trying to find their own way through if they can. You almost feel, though, in this sort of scenario, especially with these longer green runs, you almost need a Mailways or a Navman just to help you get through. But Google Maps won't help you in this scenario. You're only going left and you're only going in a circle. It won't get you down to the nitty and gritty lines that you can take to make your way through the field if you wish to. Bit of gap now starting to build, but Lawler and Halloran just going a line astern as they enter the back stretch. Again, any little mismovement of, whether it's an inch or a millimetre, whatever it may be, it could end in absolute tears for any of these drivers at the front of the field. Further back there we can see McRow, who was involved in that incident with Gravy Taskin. A Melways, how old am I? 27. I know what a Melways is, Brendan. McRow, though, and Taskin battling away. Of course, these guys made contact to cause the last caution, so hopefully they don't continue to make contact throughout this race. They've done a bit cleaner here. Really impressed by Gravy this week, of course. Got that new Logitech wheel on board his rig, upgraded from the PS1 spec wheel, and it's just given him a lot more confidence in the car, a lot more ability to feel the car as he's racing along. Lawler, though, has now taken the race lead as Crum and Halloran go side by side. Oh, bit of a door from Halloran to Crum. Watch De Vries, though. He'll be able to pick this off as Crum serves him back again on the bottom side of the circuit. Halloran now trying to tuck back in to the draft train here of Luke Crum. Oh, he's just absolutely served him off the road. Absolute serving from Halloran on Crum. That's brought out the caution. Chapman's been involved in that as well. And that there is the second time that we have seen Drew Halloran seemingly dump someone for getting door-to-door with him on track. That there was one of the wildest pieces of driving I think we've ever seen in and amongst this series. And you've got to feel for Crum, because these guys were having a nice, clean battle, and then all of a sudden it just turned to absolute atrocity as they battled away. Let's quickly watch this back. We've got to have a chat to Crummy after this one, so let's watch this. So as they came down the back stretch, they're battling away, they're battling away. They're just going kind of side by side. Let's sit on board with De Vries and watch along in behind them, because he had the hot ticket. So they got door to door. Halloran starts the first move. He makes the first little door. Then Crum gives a little receipt, knocks him back, just says, hey, don't do that. We're going to continue this race on. And as they enter turn 1, you'll see Halloran darts out and then darts back to the right, makes the contact, and around goes Dr. Crum in a horrid moment. And that car has got massive damage. Dill saying I work with Ando and Task and they want me to join. 100% you should, Dylan. 100% you should. The Friday nights have turned into so much fun. Halloran, De Vries, Smith all in a pit road. Chapman's been in there too for a little while. That car is cooked. He should have a fast repair available, though, so that shouldn't be his night over and done with. Ando's back out there now, though. There's Crumb. That car looking real worse for wear. And there's Halloran, the culprit. DeVries has followed him in. Smith's come in too. David Lawler is now the race leader. McRoe, Taskin, Tomlin, the top four. I tell you what, we're gonna let Dr. Crumb just cool his jets a little bit here before we have a chat. Oh, he towed. Okay. We're gonna let Crummy just cool down a little bit off that incident. Just let him take a breath before we have a chat to him. We're gonna have a chat now just to Ash DeVries because he had the front row seat to that moment there. Ash Oz, just quickly, I didn't want to talk to Crummy just yet, just in case things are a little bit heated, but you had the front row seat there to that moment. From your perspective, how much should Drew Halloran be looking over his shoulder after dumping Crummy like that?
Yeah, there was definitely got very heated there. They're in the part of the same garage, aren't they?
No, they're not. They're not. They are.
Oh, okay.
Drew is our American driver.
Oh, okay.
Then,
heavens.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens to Betsy. Yeah, look, everyone's fighting for sheep stations out here, so I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. Like, this is a great track, actually. I'm really enjoying this.
Well, that's what we love to hear. Obviously, you had the highs of last week of leading your first lap at Watkins Glen. You then qualified it on P2 this week. Any word of the rumours that you were caught drinking a Rockstar prior to this race as a Monster Energy driver?
Oh, the secret's out there. Unfortunately, I've ditched the white Monster today, and I've picked up a purple Rockstar Guava. You know, I need the full sugar tonight, baby.
Oh, yeah, you need the sugar intake. Keep yourself concentrated.
And it really showed. I led the first lap, I believe.
Yeah, you
straight
did.
out the gates, mate.
You did. It worked out for you. Maybe a change of livery to come for you, just to help continue the flow state. Restart's about to happen, though. We'll let you go. Best of luck on this. We'll try and catch up later on.
All right, cheers, mate.
All right, see you, mate. Well, Brendan hearing it was a mother. Well, many different stories have come out. I've heard rumours that there were talks and conversations with Max Verstappen in pit lane between himself and Ash DeVries, even handing him a Red Bull in the pit garage as well. So I can't really talk much about it, though. Didn't hear the full conversation. Of course, that was a private conversation between them and how that happened. But we're going to get this restart happening. David Lawler, Johnny McRoe on the front row of the grid for this restart. Gravy Taskin back up to P3. Chop Tomlin in P4. Then there's DeVries and Halloran. Crumb not too far behind Halloran there with Smith, Anderson and Chapman. And there may be a target on the back of that number 3 car if he's not careful. Pace car's going to come into pit road, though. And let's see how the restart procedure goes here at Michigan International Speedway. Lap 32 of 69 about to get underway, and it's a hot start from Chop Tomlin. It's a horrid start from McRoe, but we are back underway once again. So as we traverse round to start lap 33, Dr. Crumb in pit lane, Aaron Smith in 2. I think they may have jumped the start on that green flag call there. Of course, drivers have to wait for iRacing to give them the green flag. They can't just go when they wish to. So as Tomlin and Lawler go side by side, and at 1 and 2, there's contact being made. DeVries with great evasive action just gets the car out of the way. They resettle themselves, though, and they now continue on down the back stretch once again. Who is going to get the benefits of tonight's race? That is the question. The amount of pace cars and cautions we've had as Lawler's into pit road now as well. So those drivers who came in on 14 all into pit lane, maybe the maximum of their fuel load, possibly. Tomlin, though, who did pit on 14, has pit twice thus far in this race. He continues on in the race lead at this stage. De Vries hot on his heels. Taskin up there in P3 as McRoe has a little bit of a blink in behind. Halloran for your top 5 with Anderson hot on his heels at the moment. Oh, Ando could be a man on a mission at the moment here. Dave with a drive-through. Okay, so Lawler with a drive-through. Again, possibly for jumping the race start. Oh, we can see just up there on the right-hand side. Getting a bit loose was McRoe. As here comes Anderson on the outside. Up towards the start-finish line here on board the Volvo. Takes P5 on the road here. As De Vries leads the way to Chop Tomlin. Gravy Taskin, Drew Halloran, Jack Anderson, top 5. McRoe, Lawler, Crum, Smith, and then Chapman at the back of the field. We're halfway through this race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to take this quick moment here just to thank some of our sponsors, of course. A big thank you to VRS Virtual Racing School for coming on board this year as the title sponsor of the Monday night Porsche Cup Series. Next race coming your way out at Okayama this weekend on Monday night for a rush round for round 7 of that series. Drew Halloran down pit road here, possibly a drive-through, not sure. Also to SPP Graphics and Black Art Designs as well, and to us here at Infinity Broadcasting. If you wish to support us, hit the like button and subscribe. The bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on the channel. Next up on the docket, the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veteran Season 24 action for Split 2 out at round 5 for Road America tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Myself and Brett Fisher in the booth for that one. Dave had incident points for that drive-through. Okay, so that's why Lawler had to come in. He had incident points on board that car. I believe Halloran did do a drive-through. Taskin's in pit lane as well. Oh, and he's made a massive mistake as he's come in. So I reckon he's gotten loose there, and that's how that car's ended up just tucked into the wall. He'll have to traverse through pit lane. But we'll take this quick moment just to hear some words from VRS, our title sponsors of the Porsche Cup Series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very, very soon.
These are the VRS Dark Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All 3 pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the IRWC Rod Knock Cup on offer for you. Ash de Vries currently leads the way. If you're just joining us, the commentator here tonight, Hamish Munro, bringing all the action through sight and sound. If you're joining us for the first time or you've been here for a while here at Infinity Broadcasting, hit the like button, the subscribe, and the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing. Lap 43 of 69 has just gotten underway. Chop Tomlin has gone down pit road. Drew Halloran, the pole sitter who dumped Dr. Crumb earlier on in this race, has ended up driving through pit lane twice and has now gone a lap down on the race leaders as Tomlin pits. Oh, and he's missed his box as well. So that's going to cost him massive time. Lawler's into pit road too as he traverses down the long pit road here at Michigan International Speedway. Gravy Taskin on board the number 24 car, the Hooters entry. Of course, his local hometown is the local Hooters, of course, for Gravy, as Anderson's in the pit lane too. So a couple of pit stops starting to happen here. Roughly 26 laps left to run. 26 laps left to run in this race. Ash de Vries leading the way though. Started P2 here tonight in the 292 car. Showed good pace at Watkins Glen last week and he's really started to gel with this car now on board the Chevrolet SS. As well. We've got a couple more chats out there since we went away for our short little lab break there. Thanks to VRS and iRacing once again. Alexander Drakas giving the love to Gravy, so saying let's go Gravy as de Vries brings the car into pit road. And then Jacko in the chat as well saying never have I ever been more turned on by an advertisement product in my life. There are quite a few of those actually, Jack, that can really get the blood boiling from time to time. And he's also said that he's missed his box once. I doubt that's a one-time thing for Jack. It would be a multiple-time thing for him in that case. So de Vries is in, and cars are continuing on around. What has happened to our timing tower? Why has it got this? Oh, that's right. It's because it's put the whole title of the race in our 25 laps to go. So we're just going to change that. That should fix it up. There we go. 69. Nice, Michigan. 25 laps to go. As Johnny McRowe's in pit lane as well. So Dr. Crumb leads the way. He took one pit stop in this race thus far on lap 29. Of course, there were quite a few cautions to get him to lap 29 of this race. He'd have to do another 40 to get this car to home. If he would hope to do that, de Vries is the current corrected leader of this race. As the yellow flag has been thrown, and it's Gravy Taskin and I think Aaron Smith have been involved in something on the back stretch. So what has happened here with Gravy and Aaron to throw out this yellow flag? Let's watch this back here. So Gravy trying to come round. Aaron just losing the rear. Gravy got caught up and off the road they go in the 24 and the 69 cars. Yellow flag has now been thrown. Cars are pitted to get to the end of this race from this point. Can Crumb do it? He's at the front. He's only taken the one stop tonight. Could be very, very interesting. Let's drag him in for a very, very quick chat. Mr. Crumb, welcome in. Sorry to interrupt your chat there with Chop off that restart. All ready for this restart for the caution. Wanted to let you call your jets earlier on after the incident with Drew Halloran. But you lead the way now, one stop. If you get a few more cautions, can you make it to the end, or are you going to come into pit road?
I'm coming in, buddy.
Oh,
coming in.
Let's get it. Coming in. Ando's followed you up.
I'm rolling the dice.
Get those dice rolled. Now, I assume there was a bit of heated words between you and Chop when you undoubtedly got dumped earlier in the race by Drew. There's no other words to describe it. How big is that receipt now been rolled out?
Oh, you know, we'll see what happens, but you know, this is racing. This is what happens. This is the risk. So you just put your blinkers back on and look forward, and you know, that's all you can do, really.
That's pretty much it. Well, you're in a good position. You've rolled the dice by coming into pit road this time by. We'll see how you go throughout the rest of this one. Thanks for coming. Have a quick chat. Best of luck off the restart. We'll see where you can end up.
Thanks, Hamish.
Cheers, mate. So, get Buddy zone Hammer. Well, you know, we won't blame Crummy. He, you know, he's a man of Bathurst and Orange, and I'm sure they say Buddy quite a lot up there. Jesse saying Gravy taking all the hits, getting bamboozled tonight. Well, you know, he's a hit maker, is Gravy, and we expect him to make the most of these hits here. So De Vries will lead the way off this restart. McRow, Tomlin, Crum, Anderson, the top 5. Halloran, then the next car out on track. Then we've got Lawler in pit lane to Chapman, Smith, and Gravy Taskin. Those are all the cars who are down at least 1 lap on the race leaders at this stage. It'll be 20-odd laps to go here at Michigan International Speedway when we get this race restarted. Let's have a quick chat just to Johnny McRow, just to get the thoughts off this restart. Johnny, just a little private chat here, obviously. You're restarting this race up in P2. Now, you have got a car in your way following in behind Ashoz. What's the strat off this restart to get by Mr. Shoz here and maybe just sneak a victory from him?
Oh, no, just sit behind old Shoz, just follow his line a bit, try and save me tyres. I'm more worried about Chop.
Yeah, that would be the worry. In fact, he has just come past to go to P2, so I'm not sure how the hell he's pulled that off.
Yeah.
Seems a tad illegal to me, although it might be because it's going to be too wide. Oh well, you're hoping to at least get a good result out of this one, especially after the earlier contact with Jack Oz and Gravy, which Jack even openly admitted was Gravy's fault. It wasn't your fault this time, Johnny, so...
No, never is, mate. Never is.
Never is. Well, hopefully your race can end about as well as Happy Gilmore's tour run back in the mid-90s, and you can...
Hey, by the way, I gave up watching Happy Gilmore.
I know. I
I
said it on the broadcast as well. You gave up watching it tonight to come racing, so hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully you walk out with the gold jacket. Best of luck off the restart. We'll see how you go, Johnny.
Thanks, mate.
Jack in the chat, at this rate we might get 69 restarts for 69 laps. Well, we're a bit far off that mark. We may get 629 restarts possibly, who knows. But it's going to be an interesting final 21 laps of this race. When we cross the line, the green flag flies, it'll be 21 laps to go here of Michigan International Speedway. Green flag is flown. And the front runners have gotten us back underway once again. And Chop Tomlin has already pounced onto the back of Ash De Vries. McRow trying to go with him. We saw that Crum and Tomlin and Anderson all rolled the dice by coming down pit road that last time by. Tomlin didn't take tyres. He only took fuel. Crummy took tyres. McRow's on freshies. He got them a lap 44. Halloran's on freshies. So is Anderson. So we'll see how well this works out. But you can see the scramble already starting to begin here a little bit further back. Anderson on the outside line, trying to get around McRow if he can. Halloran down on the bottom. He could still be in for this race win if he manages just to sneak this car forward. But Tomlin and De Vries continuing their battle on for the race lead here. Crum would love to sneak up there as well. Could it end in tears, or could it go nice and cleanly as they're 3 wide through 1 and 2? There's contact, and De Vries has now been spun round, and it's Halloran again. Halloran again has made contact. It's taken out multiple cars, including the previous race leader, although he is still continuing on. And look at the crabbing from McRow. Look at the crabbing on board the car of Johnny McRow. That car there has been absolutely destroyed from that incident. We've got to watch this one back, because it was absolutely massive off this restart. So let's watch it here. So there's the initial contact with Halloran. Let's just see. Did he move up? Did he move up on De Vries? Let's click on him and let's watch. So De Vries is turning the corner. Halloran begins to move up to the right. And then contact gets made. De Vries has kept his line that whole time. And then that's caught out Crum on the outside line. Bit of contact in behind with Lawler and McRow. Anderson trying to part the seas like Moses if he can. But that there is another massive incident. And the big one has occurred. Taskin, who is blinking away, can't get over McRoad's crapping. That car is absolutely cooked. Like, it's not even turning the corner. Oh my god, that thing. He is reverse drifting it around this course. That's how bad the crabbing is at the moment. And I've got to try and see how bad the wheel is, because it's surely got a bit. Yeah, it's full left-hand lock. Like, he is full left-hand lock at the moment, trying to keep that car getting around. Lawler, Crum, Chapman, well, they're actually going to get a benefit of this, because Halloran and Taskin are actually being held up right now. Anderson and Tomlin, they're in a positive position. We could see Taskin maybe sneaking back onto the lead lap. He should get the lucky dog, I think. But again, he is stuck behind this little battle pack here. Wow. Wow, wowee. What I mean, what an incident. That there is the only way we can describe it. Let's quickly drag in Mr. Anderson, who was at the back of this. And I've quickly dragged you back in again just because you had the best seat in the house to witness that incident. I hope you wore your brown pants today, because I'm sure there were a couple of clenches happening as you came around turn 2 with cars going everywhere in front of you.
Yeah, definitely. And I somehow don't have any damage. So was very lucky there. I don't know if I might have turned Johnny, but...
no, you didn't. That there was... I think David Lawler and John. So David tried to take avoiding action of the incident between Ashos and Drew, and as that happened, they kind of locked doors, and then that's how Johnny went around. So you were kind of the whole innocent party in all this somehow. First time ever in your racing career. You haven't.
Johnny is sorry. Johnny is trying to get in the lane.
I can't wait for you to watch this back, because we followed him around turn 1, 2, and the car was literally facing the wall on the right-hand side as it's driving around the corner. It was spectacular.
Did you see Ash as well? Because he had to tow.
I saw how bad his car was.
I think he went in to try to get in the lane or something, and then he had to tow.
Yeah, it was pretty poorly. Couple of incidents tonight, obviously. Is a major factor. There may be some receipts on offer, I would think, after tonight as well. Langley next week, 200 laps, and then Dager the week after. Might be time to sleep with one eye open for a couple of drivers in the field after tonight. What's your strategy though off this restart? Are you going to go raw dog it once again, or are you going to try and just keep it clean for the next few laps and then see if you can sneak the win?
Sneefy. Yeah, I'm always going to try and raw dog it, as my fellow Americans know. Big shout out to those guys at I2I. It's a lot of fun for their league as well as this one. So hopefully, maybe, I know the time difference is bad, but hopefully they can maybe get a few of them in here for next one.
We'll have to wait and see. Best of luck off the restart. Look forward to seeing how you go.
Thanks, mate.
All right, restart action about to get back underway here for 69 nice laps of Michigan. It'll be 16 to go when we go green flag running this time by. And it has thrown out the caution more times than I think any other track this season, including Martinsville, back at round 2. So this here has been chaos personified here tonight. Restart procedure, though, about to get back underway at Michigan International Speedway. It's green flag running at Michigan as we get up to the start-finish line once again. Enter up at 3, we can see the sort of pressure that's being applied now from those Project 36 cars after their incredible outcome last week at Watkins Glen. They'd hope to try and maximise it again here tonight. Halloran trying to make his way forward. Crummy's in there too. Fernando and Tomlin currently the top 2 drivers in the championship. They're also the top 2 in this race. Halloran's not going to be able to find a way through just yet. He's going to have to be patient here just to get this car forward if he can. Crummy though up to 3. It's 15 laps to go. Remembering we will get a green-white checkered scenario if we get a yellow flag right before the end of this race, barring the white flag has not already been thrown. But could the dice roll work off for those drivers, or work out, sorry, for those drivers who came in a couple of cautions ago? There's Crummy. He pitted on 51, remember, under that caution period. So he's got the freshest tyres, although he's only taken fuel. He's got, you know, a fresh car pushing forward. In fact, fastest lap of the race goes to him, 39.09. That time by there for Crum. Ando's just starting to drop a little bit here. Oh, Halloran bangs the wall, though, in behind him. Now a bit of bump draft action beginning as they run up towards turn 3. You see that Crum and Tomlin, side by side, the teammates go up onto the exit of turn 4. They've got Lawler in behind. Halloran and Anderson chasing them down. 13 laps to go, so laps are just ticking down every so often. Here comes Halloran on the inside, down at turn 1. Trying to get past Chop and past Crum if he can. Crum looks to close the door on Anderson. Stops the run for him. Lawler managed to get through. There's a bit of biffing and barging here with Crummy and Halloran. As Halloran rejoins the circuit, Ando blocks the entry and continues it 3 wide up through turn 3. Race leader David Lawler now as we exit out of 4. But Ando and Halloran side by side across the start-finish line. Battle for P4 continues on. The race leader, Chop Tomlin, has just retaken it back across the line. 12 laps to go here at Michigan. And it is intensifying at the front of the field. The pressure's starting to build. They mentioned that pressure creates diamonds, but we want to get some precious gemstones out of this race. We don't want to get just solid pieces of glass that are sold to the market. We need long green periods. And as Tomlin leads Lawler and Crum, Ando and Halloran, top 5 are separated by barely a whisper at the moment. It seems to be anyone's game at the end of this race. 11 to go. Tomlin to Crum to Lawler by a hair. Anderson and Halloran. Chapman and Smith are battling away a little bit further back. DeVries is trying to get back into this race. Task and McRow at the back of the field as well. And this here, I mean, you can see off the back of this battle, on board with Anderson. And it has really started to heat up with the front runners. Any of them would love to get the momentum to pull their car forward, take home a race win this season. Chop would love to get one because it would extend the championship lead over Jack Anderson. Ando's still hoping for that first win as Crummy and Tomlin are getting into each other here. The teammates starting to fight it out. Halloran on the outside line. The 3 car on the outside of the 30. Those guys have already tangled today. It's 3 wide through 2 as they continue on forward. Oh my God! David Lawler has made contact into Luke Crum, which has then made contact into Drew Halloran. It's almost like the receipt was meant to happen. They forced the hand thanks to David Lawler knocking the rear end of Dr. Crum into the side of Halloran, and that's probably cost all of them, or maybe not Lawler, but it's definitely cost Halloran and Crum a chance at a podium here tonight. Yellow flag is thrown. Tomlin, Anderson, these guys pitted on the same lap. Ando took tyres. He has now got fresher tyres than anyone inside of the top 5. You felt it coming. You felt like it was going to happen. The electricity, the way this race has gone, and just the aura in the air of how all of that was coming together. I think most impressively in all this, Aaron Smith has snuck his way into P4, up 6 positions on the lead lap. Halloran's gone round again under this pace car. This race has absolutely gone off. Now, there's another thought in this too. We saw Ando kind of sneak his way through that incident, and we need to make sure that he did not get caught up with any damage off the back of this. So let's just watch him. So there's the contact that gets made. Halloran and Crummy make contact. after Lawler pushed the back end of Crummy's car. There goes Ando. Slight netcode contact. Very slight netcode contact there at the front of those cars. Now, Ando has stayed out because he's already used his last tyre set. Smith stayed out because he's also used his last tyre set. They don't need fuel. They just need tyres right now. So Anderson, Smith, the front two. Taskin is now onto the back of them. Now, De Vries has already been given a wave around. I don't know if Taskin will get one as well. Lawler, Crum, Halloran. Those three came together prior to the caution being thrown. They're going to rejoin the circuit in P3, 4, and 5. Tomlin in P6. So he was up there, remember, and he's just come in for that fresh rubber. Him and Kurt Chapman have now got the freshest rubber on the road. So they're going to have the most grip. If they can get forward early, this race is now about to be reopened up like a freshly cracked egg. Sorry, let me rephrase. A freshly cracked egg. Lights, though, on the safety car should go out, I believe, next lap by. So we should have 6 laps to go when we get back under green. Let's just see how this plays out, because this really could end in fireworks for us. There's been fireworks across the night thus far for these drivers, as Anderson's having a bit of a blink at the front of the field. Hopefully he doesn't blink out. Don't adjust your television sets. Anderson is leading. Taskin, he's P3 on the racetrack at the moment, but he's not P3 in the standings. He's actually P9. He is a lap down at this stage. Restart procedure will get underway. They'll go 2 wide. I believe Taskin will have to get to the back of the train, as he is a lapped car. So Ando, Smith, Lawler, Crum, Halloran. They're all in direct line with each other, as well as Chapman. Tomlin's a little bit further back, so he's going to have a bit more work to do, but he has got fresh rubber on board that LCR Esports Chevy SS further back in the field. Top 8 cars, they're on the lead lap, so it's anyone's game based on how chaotic this race has been thus far. Any of those drivers who've been involved in incidents, they can always be involved in them again. Any of those drivers who are yet to be involved in an incident somehow, if they've avoided the curse, they could still be involved in one before the checkered flag flies. 6 laps on the clock. Michigan International Speedway. It has been a caution wreck fest all throughout the evening. This race has already gone over an hour. This race should have only gone for roughly 40 to 50 minutes. Let's see, though, who is going to catch the race win at Michigan International Speedway. 6 laps to go, and we are green flag running once again. Anderson leads us away off a solid restart procedure for him. Lawler, Crum, Smith, Halloran, Chapman, all scrambling for position in behind. And don't be surprised if they continue this fight forward, as Anderson is just backing up a little bit now onto the backstretch. Here comes Lawler. Crum's in there too. There's contact made, and Anderson's been gone round. Lawler continues on. Crum and Halloran off the road. Caution on the road once again. This here has reopened it up for us to get a green-white checkered scenario at the end of this race. Crum has continued on. Halloran has as well. He's on the apron. We're yellow flag. Taskin's going to get his lead lap opportunity here because he will get waved around. Anderson, it's another race win, lost and gone in a heartbeat for him. So we need to find out how that all started, how it occurred prior to the yellow flag flying there. So it really started, it seemed, where David Lawler just started to sneak past Ando down that back straight. Now, I don't know if there was contact between them. Ando comes through. There's contact with Crum. That's what it was. It was the contact with Crum. That then got Anderson loose. Roundy went into the front of Crum. Halloran tried to take evasive action. Those guys tangle again. Halloran goes off the road. And it is chaos personified once again at Michigan International Speedway. I mean, it has been diabolical this evening, some of these incidents that have happened. Lucky Dog, though, should go to Gravy Taskin here in this race. We'll see how well getting back on the lead lap can suit him in this one. Chop Tomlin just trying to get back up to the front of the field, it seems. Man, what a race it's been. What a race it has been. Should be, I think, 2 or 3 laps left to run when we get back under green. Now, if we catch the white flag on the last lap, we should stay white flag no matter any cautions to catch the checkered. It's once that white flag is thrown. If there's a yellow flag thrown on the second to last lap, whilst it's still green flag running, we then go into overtime. We then go into green, white, checkered scenario where we sit behind the pace car, we get the race restarted, we go green flag, white flag, checkered flag, and it's 2 laps to the win. In that scenario of overtime, that's where we can start to see drivers just pushing that little bit too hard, just trying to gain any little tenth they possibly can over everyone else as Taskin and McRow come past to get back onto the lead lap. And that's where we could see some major incidents happening once again. Not that we're not seeing them now, obviously. We have seen them happen now. But in that scenario, it is truly anyone's game. Should be lights out on the pace car this lap. We should get 2 laps to go when we go green flag running. Lights are out. Green, white, checkered, technically scenario on offer for us in this race. It's 3 laps to go right now. 2 laps to go when we cross the line. It's anyone's game at Michigan. Let's see who gets the benefits of staying patient and trying to sneak on through for a race win here. So I'd like to remind everyone out there as well, if you are watching along with us and you're here for the first time, you've been here for a little while with us at Infinity Broadcasting. If you're watching over on Twitch, be sure to hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, the bell icon as well. We're only 12 subscribers away from hitting 200. I'd love to do that before we get to August. That'd be an absolutely fantastic achievement for us in such a short span of time. We so appreciate the support that we've been getting thus far for all the series that we broadcast here on the channel. We'd love to broadcast more as well, not just here in Australia, internationally too. So we'd love for you guys to get in contact, have a chat, see if the schedule lines up and we can get you guys racing here on the channel. To VRS, massive thank you to them. They've been such a big support. SPP Graphics as well, if you want to get your dirt bike looking as sexy as possible before you cover it in dirt and mud, or you hit a tree and ruin those plastics, send Johnny a message over at SPP Graphics, link directly just in the description below. He'll get you guys sorted. And for Blackheart Designs, to get your sim car looking as sexy as possible before you inevitably put it into a wall or crash it right here at Michigan International Speedway as we get back on the way, green flag running. And send myself, Hamish Munro, a message on Discord. We'll get you guys sorted with that as well. Looking as sexy as possible on the track. Tomlin, though, has caught the race start perfectly as the green flag runs us in towards turn 1. 2 laps to go here. If we get a yellow thrown this lap, it will be overtime. It will be green, white, checkered scenario all the way to the end of this race. For Lawler, he wants to survive at the front of the field. For Tomlin, he wants to get his first win this season. So does Crum. Halloran's already taken a win thus far. And as they run up through turn 4, white flag when we cross the line through caution after caution. White flag is thrown at Michigan. The 69th lap of running here as Halloran and Tomlin battle it out for the race lead. Lawler just drops in behind them. And they now run it down the back stretch. They've got to hope they don't make any contact as Halloran Now seeks it up the inside of Tomlin here. They're side by side. Anyone's game for the race win here tonight out at Michigan International Speedway. Running round turn 4. It's Halloran. It's Tomlin. Who's going to get the win? Side by side. They're making contact up to the line. Halloran gets it in just an absolute bee's dick of a gap. Right to the checkered flag. 0.02 of a second. Tomlin off the road on the line, but he got P2. Chapman in P3. Lawler P4. Smith in an incredible top 5. Anderson, Crum, DeVries, Taskin, and then McRow for your top 10 as well. It's a massive night on the road here this evening for Michigan International Speedway. We appreciate everybody's time being here with us once again. It's another race win for Drew Halloran, who just stole it on the last lap at the very last corner. And that's racing. And that is how it happens. Halloran, Tomlin, Chapman, Lawler, Smith, Anderson, Crum, DeVries, Taskin, McRow at the back end of the field. Tomlin's in the green room to come and have a quick chat to us. Let's quickly have a chat to him. Mr. Tomlin, congratulations. P2 on the road here this evening. It was nearly P1 in the end. Just got snipped at the end there.
Yeah, I tried. I washed out on the turn 2, trying to run around, but yeah, and then coming on to 3-4, tried to hold down low a little bit longer, but she just washed up and rubbed off too much speed. And then, NASCAR's Robbins racing, so just bumped him all the way down the straight to see what happens. But yeah, fortunately I come second best.
Well, you got to get a bump in every now and again. Langley next week, 200 laps, of course, short track racing. Are you feeling there's some momentum that can now be dragged out of Michigan and thrown into next week's race to hopefully get that first race win?
Absolutely not. Me and short tracks don't work unless it's on dirt.
Oh,
and
well,
unfortunately, there's no dirt. So
well, short, sharp, and sweet. Unless we're running Bristol this season, then you don't really have that hope. Although Bristol is on the cards for next season at the moment. How do you think that you're going to be able to line up now in the next half of this season? Obviously, championship leader at the moment. Should still be championship leader after drop round is counted after this week. Does that put any pressure on you over the next 5 or so weeks, or is it going to be continue to show up, do what you do, stay consistent? Because you've been one of the most consistent drivers all season in terms of where you've been finishing races. Is it going to be a similar scenario for you now leading into this next half of the season?
well, most of the time I just show up. It's a bit of fun, just to have fun racing with some of the blokes that I used to race with back in the day on Forza and stuff, and have a few laughs. And yeah, I'm just here for the fun and the banter. So we'll see how it goes. Anything can happen. Kurt's really strong at these ovals, it seems, since he's moved over. So all my goal was tonight was at least try and finish in front of him and minimise that gap at the front during the drop rounds. But we'll see how it goes. Anything can happen, and as you've seen tonight, we'll just go from there.
Anything can happen. We'll see how you go, though. It's short track racing next week at Langley. Thanks so much for coming over chat to me, Chop. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Hamish. See ya.
In the prep. Next up, we've got P3 on the road this evening in Kurt Chapman. Kurt, solid night on the road for you. Although I think the only real way we can describe that race was caution after caution after caution. How are you feeling after that race? Because that was very up and down, not only for you, but for David as well. You guys were involved in a couple of incidents. Were there any harsh words after you both came together on the back stretch when David was involved in an incident and you were then an unfortunate passenger?
No, there wasn't any harsh words. It was just, good thing it's early in the race. Press on. Had plenty of quick repairs, so we could get back in the fight and get back up there.
Now, of course, Langley next week, so short track racing, a little bit of a different strategy is going to be needed comparatively to these speedways and then super speedways as well. How do you think you're going to go when we go short track racing next week? With that, different mindset, obviously. We had Martinsville earlier in the season, but that's not quite as short as Langley is. Do you think strategy is going to be massive there, or do you think it's going to be just try and survive the 200 laps and see where you end up?
It'll definitely be a bit of both. Increased tyre wear because of how tight the corners are. So you might want to, save a set for the last 10 laps or so. And yeah, keeping it clean is definitely going to be a big one. It's going to be really easy to go down a lap.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know how many are actually going to even stay on the lead lap at Langley, but I mean, anyone could possibly attempt to. So we'll see how it all pans out. But Kurt, thanks so much for coming over to chat. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to. For myself and the rest of the league, congrats on your P3 tonight. After a drop round's counted, you should be right up amongst the championship battle for this season as well. So congrats on that. And yeah, best of luck for Langley next week.
Sweet. Thanks, mate. And I'd like to give a shout out to the boys at Project 36, keeping us on the road all the time, and all of our supporters, Shockworks, Cataclysm, CC Forge, and simrigs.com.
Very good, Kurt. Best of luck next week at Langley. Look forward to seeing how you go and seeing where you might end up when we go short track racing.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Thank you.
It's been a good...
Very sorry to Kurt. I just cut him off then. So sorry, Kurt. We're just trying to get through this as quickly as possible. Next up, we have our race winner here tonight, Drew Halloran. Drew, you snuck the race win in the end there over Tomlin, literally swapping and changing positions across that last lap, side-by-side action. Getting a bit of door-to-door action across the night as well. Obviously, important to get a race win for yourself now that we're at another speedway this season. The next couple of weeks, though, obviously, there's going to be a little bit more pressure. Obviously, next week, Langley, short track racing. That's a bit of a different race style to these speedways and super speedways. And then Dega the week after, which you are hungry to win at. Where does that now set your mentality across the next few weeks? Because coming off this race win where you literally won it by 200ths of a second, the next week at Langley where it's going to be trying to keep it clean is as important as possible, and then Dega the week after, which is another scenario once again. How are you feeling now after this race win and then into those next two rounds?
I can't even believe I got this one, honestly. I ran into a lot of guys, I'll admit it. It's just racing, but Crum did what he thought he had to do, but it didn't seem like it paid out the way he thought it would, but it's how it goes. iRacing physics and all that too. So no, I'm ready for short track racing. Langley, I know a friend from that area, so I'm sure I can get a hold of him to help me, run some testing and practice with this car there, because I don't know what that feels like yet. But lots of laps turned there in my time. As for Dega, it's Dega. In this car, it's just probably going to be single file. So basically, if you get the pole, just sit out in the clean air and hold on. But I'm speechless. I don't even know how I got this one. Last thing I know, I'm starting in third, and then next thing I know, I'm side by side for the win. And I'm so tired, I can't even process it. But man, that was a fun one.
Well, obviously, we mentioned, obviously Langley next week, bit of short track stuff. There's high emotions amongst this race after so many caution restart procedures. I feel like we've only gotten the 10th of what we may get next week, though, at Langley, especially with it being 200 laps. Do you think next week's going to be strategically important, or do you think it's going to be literally just survival of the fittest, or if the dice roll goes your way, you get into an early incident, but you stay incident-free the rest, you end up at the front? That's how I feel it's going to go. It's going to be if you can either survive or you somehow luck into having an incident early, takes yourself out of the battle pack, and you manage to find your way through towards the front of the field by the end of the race.
I'd say so. It's going to be a mix. You definitely don't want to pit under green at Langley, that's for sure. You're going to get lapped, at least a lap down, if not two. Time goes by quick at that place. So definitely going to be a lot of, decisions and probably some indecisions too of guys that are, staying out and guys who aren't staying out. So it's going to be a lot of, who did what, who didn't do what, and, keeping that front nose clean, especially, at Texas a couple weeks ago, it damaged my front nose after checkup on a restart. So If you give somebody the bumper at Langley, which will happen, it's going to damage your nose. So you got to take care of that.
Well, Drew, pleasure to speak to you once again. Congratulations on your win here this evening. Somehow pulling it off through the most chaotic race we've had all season. Best of luck next week at Langley, which may take the crown of most chaotic race of the season. We'll see if it ends out the same way for you.
Yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to you, GM Certified Service. That Chevy was so good today, and everybody watching too. This one is it's harder to believe than Texas. I knew it was going to be a lot of drafting, but I didn't think it was going to go the way it did. 2 drive-through penalties, which the second one was ridiculous, but I served it anyway. But yeah, this was a fun one. But I'm sure those guys aren't very happy with me, and it felt like Texas all over again at some points when you have guys gunning for you on the last lap. But that's just how racing goes. So I'll keep pushing.
Well, best of luck next week, Drew. We look forward to seeing how you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, those are our winners here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. But I think we're all winners in the end, because that there was an absolute ripper race out of Michigan International Speedway. 69 laps. Well, it wasn't 69 green laps the whole way, of course. Hopefully next week at Langley we get a bit more green flag running for you here out of the IRWC Rod Knock Cup. Massive shout out to all of our series sponsors, VRS, Infinity Broadcasting, SPP Graphics, Blackheart Designs as well. If you're joining us here on Infinity Broadcasting for the first time, or you've been here for a little while and you haven't done so already, if you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on the channel. The rest of the weekend looks as such here on the channel. Tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans action for Season 24, Round 5 out at Road America. We're bringing you the Split 2 action right here. Monday night, 7:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. More IRWC action from the VRS Porsche Cup Series, Round 7 of Season 2 out at Okayama. Myself and Brenton O'Brien in the booth for that one as well. Both races you don't want to miss, so you want to check them both out on those time slots as well. Massive appreciation to everyone though who joined us here this evening in the chat for watching along with us. Really appreciate time, really appreciate your effort as well. Hope to see you guys on track sometime soon, maybe even in the Rod Knock Cup. But until then, I've been Hamish Munro. This has been the IRWC here at Infinity Broadcasting. Until next time, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Side gunning for a goal, 3 wide deep, heart ice cold. I roll smoke like a tire on fire, fuel in the blood, born to go higher. Check left, push right, walls close in. Every move tight, plan for the win. Left turn king with the heat train time. When the lights go green, we light the sky. Let's light it up.